on Fantasia DnD, we had a day to ourselves, actually. We were able to kind of go off, do our own little thing, and meet back at Fae's estate at the end of the evening. It was an interesting day. Wolfram was helping out Nazira with work orders that she had from the war effort. He was also able to get a personal project done that I believe he's shown Chronis, but nobody else quite yet. Skybor went off to do his own little shopping bit before Anika and Lorna met up with him. Chronis and Fae went to her former university, I believe, and they got a little bit more information about the direction on the gift of Merlin. They also found out what those two stones that Chronis has, what they are. Anika and I, after checking up on Wolfram, making sure that he was okay, that he didn't need anything, after that we went and caught up with Skybor. After walking around a little bit, we kind of heard some people selling off slaves. That was a thing. I started walking briskly towards them. Skybor stopped me, unfortunately, but luckily he wasn't able to get Anika. Anika ran up, grabbed some money from the bag of holding, and proceeded to buy 3 slaves. It was more epic than that, but we now have 3 slaves, of which we brought back to Fae's estate without her knowing, and one of them trashed my room. Yeah, that happened. We eventually were able to talk to the troll thanks to Wolfram, and he's now owned by Anika, and we got him to go outside and guard the estate for now, but the other 2, we have no idea what we're doing with them. I don't think there's anything else really big that I missed.
That was perfect. No, you got everything. I can't think of anything you missed either. There was some shopping that went on the day before, but we'll jump right back into it right there. So, this morning you all are Faye, you're still at the Tempting Rose, I imagine, unless you made your way back to your house last night.
I'm spending the night there.
Okay. Let's go ahead. I'll let you guys kind of wake up this morning. I'll say, Faye, that you woke up after a lovely night and you start heading back to your home in the morning to meet the group, unless you wanted to do anything else.
I think I would probably go to House of Vondre first to try and see what exactly happened.
Oh, okay. You want to ask your party first what happened, or do you want to go straight there?
You can save me for last. I want to.
Okay, fair enough.
Not here, there.
No problem. So Faye gets up in the morning, heads to House Vondre after studying his tab, and then back to settling her tab. Sorry, and then let's go over to you, Lorna, and the group that's over at the House Vondre.
Yeah. Lorna probably slept outside. Oh no, wait. Who was I?
You're in my room.
I was sleeping in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a mess of hair that you see. And she's sleeping in as much as she can.
All right. So you're sleeping, you said?
I'm sleeping in as much as I can.
Okay. You start hearing Anika, what are you doing inside?
I'm probably going to wake up a little bit earlier and try and research some ways to figure out what the hell's going on. So either see if I can find stuff from the time when Merlin was last here, or just to understand Fae politics, because this is totally different from everything I've ever seen.
Sure. So you're going to study in what the books that the house has during that time. Go ahead and just do a quick history check, and that'll just kind of get you up to speed on kind of culture and stuff in the city. So with that and the time that you have, you're going to just know that, Drow civilization is very matriarchal, that women hold higher positions than men. And, it's kind of a more chaotic and ruthless city. It doesn't really inhibit its citizens. They can partake in pretty much all pleasures. But there's some control to the chaos. Ruled by the council of the three houses. What about you, Skywar?
Well, I guess I wouldn't know what time of day it is. Skyward will be walking in the halls, messy hair, bags under his eyes, very sluggish, and he's just like walking the halls, doing nothing but just going up and down, pacing.
Okay. So while you're pacing the halls, one of the wait staff is going to go, are you okay, sir?
No. He just keeps walking.
Okay. He's like, can I help you back to your group, sir?
Yeah.
Perhaps get you some fresh breakfast, something hot?
It's morning.
Yeah, it's morning. Didn't you sleep?
Yeah. I don't know how long.
There's
no sun down here.
Yeah, it takes a little getting used to, I'm sure. I've lived here all my life, but we just kind of go by the way what your body tells you. Are you okay? You just seem really out of it.
Do I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, your friends are back that way. I'll go get you something to eat. And she scurries off to go make you some coffee and some breakfast. You guys that are at the house, you're going to start hearing some kind of dishes and stuff as the help starts moving around the common area, kind of cleaning up and taking care of business. They come to the hobgoblins that are kind of in your common area as well. And they kind of catch the staff off guard. If you guys, those who are not awake by now, you're going to hear someone come bursting through the common area door, and you hear a lady say, "Faye, where are you?"
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming she's not here. Because I'm probably in the common area or Faye's room.
Lorna's room is destroyed. I think you both said you were sleeping in Faye's room last night.
Oh, I was sleeping in my room, but Faye has all the books.
Okay.
I would peek
That
out
I've
the door
seen.
at that statement.
You open the door. Where is my sister? And you see Jelena just kind of fuming at the door, not conducting herself at all. She's just pissed.
No idea. I'm pretty sure she snuck out somewhere.
Yeah,
Would you like
she's
to leave a message or tell us what's wrong? We're pretty good listeners.
We gave you all very, very strict, rules to not get cause trouble, and you went and pissed off House Vondre yesterday while you're out and about doing your errand.
I just look
really-
at Anika and close the door and hide.
Skyboard walks by in the background. I didn't do it. And he kept on going.
You didn't help either. I really don't see the problem. I offered the man a deal, and he was mad he took it. If he didn't want it, he could have said no and been off on our way.
She just looks at you and what do you not understand? We are not friends. We do not like you. This at best is a truce, and you're just coming here and trying to disregard our culture, the way we handle things. He was perfectly in his rights to handle the slaves as he wanted.
And he was perfectly within his right to tell me to fuck off. He did neither. What did I do wrong? Tell me. Teach me.
You talk disrespectfully to someone of noble blood.
Uh-huh.
I come out and I look at them. And right now you're speaking to somebody of noble blood and you're acting like a doof.
Oh, there's that.
I'm only speaking to this halfling in front of me. I'm not speaking to any noble in front of me.
You just did, I think.
I walk in front of her and look at her. Well, you are now.
You're not noble down here. You have no blood nobility down here. Your surface titles don't mean anything down here.
Why can't we all just agree that we don't want the world to die?
We can agree. Send my sister to Mother in my chamber right away. We need to try to diffuse this and get on with move on past this.
You should know he insulted your house.
Very much
How
so.
so?
Well, I'm not 100% sure on how this Vondre works, but apparently he thinks that Faye, and by extension all of you, are weak pansies who would easily get taken by the Forgotten, while he will single-handedly slay them without lifting a finger. So, I guess to him, you are probably below the dirt on his boot, which is about where I am for him.
Make a deception check. She. She doesn't completely believe you still, but you have diffused her situation. She goes, well, maybe it was good that you gave him a little trouble then, but still, you disobeyed and caused it's already difficult water that we're trying to work our way through here and figure out how we can get, control back over our kind of kingdom. Let's just not stir up more trouble, please. And then she kind of excuses herself back to the main chambers for her mother and her two sisters. So, Chronis, Skybor, Lorna, Faye, anything else? Or did you, or I'm sorry, not Faye, but anything else you guys wanted to say or do before she walks away? Or
I would assume all this is taking place, out in the hallway?
In the common
the
room.
common area.
After she busted in.
Yeah, no, I would just assume that I am getting up, making my way to the common area as well.
Okay. All right. So, Lorna, you did do something in the middle of the night before, too. Did you want to do anything, or did you already take care of that, or did you want to keep that a secret for now?
No, we can do it. So,
Okay.
So Skybor,
Mm.
as you wake up in your room.
When you woke up before earlier. Sorry, you're already up now.
Yes. Retconning this. You notice a flower crown on your bedside table with a little note.
A flower crown?
Yes.
What kind of flowers?
Ones that you would find around her estate, trying to get the most colorful ones as possible.
It's a lot more bright reds and whites and purples and blues, but no like yellows or oranges.
All right, and what does the note say?
The note says, "Hey Skybor, I can tell you're feeling a bit down. I kind of get that feeling. Sun, the lack thereof sun doesn't really help with that, but hopefully some of these flowers remind you a bit of the upside there. If you want to talk, I'm here." Lorna.
Now, these flowers, do they resemble any flowers that are on the surface?
A few of them, like they look like roses, or some of them look like tulips. Nothing like a daisy or anything that. I don't know why daisy
Common?
looks more happy than a daisy or than a tulip,
Yeah.
but nothing robust like that. I guess like with sunflowers, they're pretty tight flowers, like in bulbs, kind of forms like a rose and tulip is.
More of the emo flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's still kind of, like you said, emo.
Mm-hmm. But there's still color to it.
I think you're missing the point.
Hmm.
That's fine. He just it just walks to the hallway and starts doing his pacing.
Is he wearing it?
No.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, well, it was a kind gesture, Lorna.
Yes, it was.
Gotta be 20 gold. No. All right. So,
I stole them.
other things that go on throughout the night, you see, you guys do notice as Chronis comes in the common area that he's no longer wearing his gloves. You do get a package delivered to the estate as well this morning, Chronis, with the jar that you ordered. And Anika, Nizana brings your studded leather armor. And was there anything else that we wanted to do, or before I switch over to Faye, heading to House Bandre?
I am going to walk up to Lorna and ask her if I can have some money for a project.
Okay.
Yeah. How much do you need?
I think it's 2,000.
1,500.
Oh, 15? Okay, 1,500.
Sure.
You got good friends, man.
I will take out the 1,500 gold pieces.
I assure her this is going to be amazing. Well, I'm
I
not going
look
to
at
tell you
him.
what it is.
I hold the bag of gold. Sure about that?
All right.
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out one of my little poison vials and then toss it at her.
I will
And
catch
then,
it with my
take
other
the gold.
hand. Wait,
How
are
many
you
more
trying
of
to
those
like?
do you have left?
So now that I have the gold and I have my gauntlets packaged up, I'm going to look for one of the servants and then give her the note and my gauntlets
Okay.
and everything.
Okay. So the servants take care of that for you. How many vials of that poison do you have left?
4.
Okay. Laura, did you have any questions before the substantial loan that you just gave out? Or are you good to go?
She's kind of confused as to why she got a poison vial, but she'll take it, and she'll question him later.
Okay. All right. Wolfram, is there anything you want to do this morning? Everything's kind of going around. You see Skywar's kind of in the funk and depressed mood, and the group's kind of just got scolded about the trouble that Lorna and Anika made last night at the market, the slave market.
Very hard question.
There's no wrong answer. He can just be sitting there and quietly watching, just kind of like, what are these humans doing? I don't know.
I imagine that he would still be sleeping well into quote unquote sleeping, but I assume he's just sitting there, casting mending on his cloak when needed.
Okay. So Wolfram's over the corner, just looking at you guys, and every once in a while mending on his cloak. That's I don't know. I have that in my head right
He's
now.
like the old grandmother who just knits quietly in the corner.
That's awesome.
He needs to be in the rocking chair.
Is there a rocking chair in the estate?
There absolutely is now.
He's in his rocking chair, just fixing his cloak.
Does he secretly enjoy it?
The rocking chair?
Yeah.
Probably.
That's pretty amazing. Does that cheer Skybore up at all? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over. Unless anyone has anything else, or anybody else
I
want
got
to do
one
any
last thing.
business? Okay, go ahead.
I want to try to spit my acid into the jar.
Of course you do.
Wait, please tell me this isn't the item that cost you 1,500 gold piece.
No.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
You're doing this right here in the common area, I guess. So you put the jar on
I'm
the
walking
table?
right over to the table and doing it.
Hey,
Jesus.
breakfast.
Shit.
Where there's like
guess
fresh food?
roll a. I don't even know what to have you roll for that. Let me look at your
Dexterity
sheet.
check to make sure it gets in the thing?
In
I don't know.
in the jar.
Thinking, or like an attack doesn't really work. Acid.
Just straight con?
You just
Let's do dex. You have to have dexterity, I guess, to accurately spit it like what you're trying to do. Do I guess a dexterity check, and then what we'll do. So you definitely got it. Let's go ahead and just roll a d20, and let's see how well you there you go. So actually that's fine. I was gonna say, so you got about a quarter, enough acid produced to like fill it up a quarter of the way. But you're accurate, and you didn't get any on the table. That's what's really important.
All right, I will put the lid on it and put it in my bag.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Does anybody want to do business in town, or you guys want to wait till you meet with Faye?
No.
Lady Faye, you find yourself approaching House Vondre with
I quickly
guards that are
use
on
my mask of mini face to make it look like I'm dressed very, very nice.
Okay. The guards begrudgingly open the door for you as you walk into their estate. And the servants there just kind of addresses you formally as Lady Faye has come with me to the matron's chambers and leads you down a similar architecture of House Bonray into a room that has that's where the matron primarily lives. And you walk in there and you see the matron. Let me get my character sheets up here because I'm forgetting names. Who is the matron of Foundry? Jure. So you see Jure there, and she goes, Lady Faye, I've heard wonderful news about you. How dare you stop my grandson from conducting business within his rights in the city and buying slaves out from underneath him?
My apologies, matron. I was at the university going over some arcane studies with a couple of the professors and doing some research on the Dark Dominion. I was not aware what my friends were doing in the market. I was under the impression they were just going to be doing some shopping. I humbly apologize.
Instructions to keep your dogs on a short leash.
I understand. I thought they were all going to want to come to the university, but they clearly did not want to come to the place of higher learning like my Dragonborn friend did. What I'm here to do is to apologize and see how I can help make amends for this slight against your house.
There seems to be many of those lately. I still don't know how you got captured. Yeah, there's still the details seem a little vague about what happened there. Did they break into the city, or did they something else?
Well, I was out in the Dark Dominion doing some training, trying to practice some of the arcane, when suddenly everything went dark. Next thing I knew, I was unconscious and in the dungeon.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I understand, and I have thought of a way to perhaps make amends to Vorn, and it might actually bring some entertainment to the city.
Go on.
My friends have recently found a map, and we are going to try and get them on our side. But while we were gone, I had the idea, perhaps if he could acquire some great beasts from the Dark Dimension, the arena, perhaps as entertainment, my friends and I could fight it for the entertainment of it. Thus, I can show you some of the skills I've learned since being captured.
How do you plan on bringing a creature from the Dark Dominion back to the Colosseum?
Well, I was going to propose that perhaps a few warriors from the academy could go out with Professor Fane and capture one arena, and then when we arrive, we come back from meeting the giants, we will put on a little bit of a show for you. I do promise if they do capture something worthwhile, it will be quite the show.
And who's going to fund this little adventure?
Well, I'd be happy to fund it myself. I do have quite a bit of gold, and I'm sure I might be able to convince my friends to help fund this little venture. I'm sure some of them are bored of politics.
I'll mention it to Vorn. I'm not in that business as he's in, but I'm sure an excursion and capturing something worthy of an audience would be a lot of trouble to go through. But he may be interested if the price is right and you guys would agree to fight something like that at your own peril, of course.
I mean, isn't that what makes it fun?
Indeed. Well, come back when you have after I talk for a little bit later, and we'll sort something out. Maybe at the council meeting later on, we can figure something else out. So, is there anything else you want to do?
That was it.
Okay. So, you want to head back to House Bonray now?
Yes.
Okay. So after that, she excuses you, and you leave the house, and your state's not that much further away. So you make your way over to the state, and you see your group kind of sitting around. Chronis isn't wearing his gauntlet. Skywar's kind of pacing the hallway. He's very morose and sad. Wolfram is, lack of a better word, knitting in a corner. What would you like to do?
I'm just looking around. Is anything else destroyed since I was gone?
No, the goblins are just kind of looking confused because no one's really telling them what to do, and they're just kind of, but they're sitting there because they're like, we're not going to like ask for work. They're just gonna enjoy themselves not being beaten or prodded at the moment.
Lorna's giving them food.
I will figure out what kind of job they can do later.
Or you can just take us with you. Get us out of Menzo. That'd be great.
I just look at Faye like,
And you wouldn't turn on us because
You're our master.
Not
I
even
don't
that they'll
understand
turn
how
on
that
us.
works.
I don't think they're that strong.
They kind of
So how's
snort
how's
at
the morning
you,
going?
where that
Well, your sister was pissed. She's
Oh, yeah.
less pissed now. She's more pissed at Vondre at the moment. And they're looking for you.
Oh, Vondre, I might have gave them a proposal.
Please tell me you didn't do what Lorna almost did.
No.
Oh, so you didn't offer us to a fighting pit?
Not against humanoids, creatures from the Dark Dominion.
That
That
sounds
will be
worse.
worth a good It's not humanoids.
No, it's even more possible death.
but Anika, think of it. He's not going to be pit fighting 6 slaves against 6 slaves. It's just going to be a really big animal creature that's against us.
That gets there how?
And
Also,
And
it's
here's the
still
thing.
slavery. Just instead of slaves fighting each other, we're doing it for someone else's entertainment. Because other than Faye, we basically are pretty slaves.
I'm willing to do it, so it's more of like a hobby.
now, Nika, here's the thing. The Drow, they're a little simple in one aspect. They crave power. They love those with power. Say they bring in a powerful creature that we are able to defeat, showing off our unique talents. That will garner respect. It might sway some of the more bloodthirsty on the council towards our side after they see just what we can do.
At
Faye,
least know what we're going to do.
Faye,
There is one thing. We are going to have to help fund the little expedition for Vorn to acquire this creature.
Well, good thing your grandmother's paying for it.
Skyboard,
Thank you, grandmother.
you had something to say, Skyboard?
Yeah.
yeah, Faye, did you just assign us all to a fighting pit without discussing with us?
Yes.
No, nothing's been committed in details.
Nothing is set in stone.
She just offered it on a silver platter.
Now, Lady Vondre is going to speak to Vorn and see what he thinks, and the only way he's going to agree is if the price is right.
Wait, so now we have
He's
to
a
pay.
man. We have to pay to help acquire.
Oh, yes. We're paying
the
for our
beast.
possible death match.
Okay.
You're the worst
Look at it as
management
a
ever.
death match.
You need
So-
new representation.
So, Chronis, how about that money that I lent you? I think we might need that back.
It's already gone.
I go into my room and you just start hear more stuff breaking.
Please don't break more.
It's already broken. That was the troll
Oh,
room.
yeah. Actually, I don't even close the door. You see it's already trashed.
Yeah, she's trying to find pieces to breaking them into smaller pieces.
Pretty much.
It's really slowing down her rage.
It is.
I'm calm. I had a very good night last night. I'm not gonna yell.
Maybe
So-
you should.
Yeah, just to be clear, it is probably what's going to happen is we're about to pay someone to go find a monster that we're going to have to fight, not knowing what it is, to get power, and I say that with air quotes, to convince the city that fighting the people who are currently laying you under siege is a good idea.
Essentially, yes.
I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds bad.
Yeah,
You should
why
look
does a
at it
lot of
as
that...
you should look at it as we are getting the opportunity to kick the shit out of something for no damn reason whatsoever, except for the fun of it, which benefits us in the long run.
But does it?
Well,
Or
we
are they
wouldn't
just
die.
going to see
So that's a
5
positive.
savages and Fae beat a forgotten monster and say, oh, well, look, skilled savages?
They won't want to mess with us after that.
I think they may want to buy us after that. But also, I don't think telling them they're idiots and there's only one other choice, which is to buck the fuck up and fight back, is going to work. Because even though we're the dumb ones, we can see that, and they can't.
At
That
that
is
time,
fair.
you're going to see an older man, servant of the estate, come in. Like, Lady Faye, the matron is calling you and your guests as soon as possible to her.
Of course. All right, well, let's go see Mother.
So, as you guys, unless you guys have anything else you want to do before you go up to her?
Yeah, Skyborn's going to turn to Lorna and Anika. Why did you two bought slaves anyway?
So they weren't slaves anymore? It is better than just kicking ass.
So your solution to end slavery is to own slaves.
I never said it was the best option, Skybor. It's just the one that didn't end up in jail or dead.
He shakes his head.
That's very fair. So you guys follow Faye, all of you, or just Wolfram and Skyward? You guys follow, or is everyone sticking together? Or anyone staying behind?
I follow.
We'll grab Lorna from her breakfast.
The two hobgoblins are following you guys too, just kind of looking at each other like, I don't know what to do. Just do whatever she tells you to do. Okay. So you guys enter the room and you see a still aggravated or on edge Jelena, a quiet and timid Lay, and then you see your mother, Faye, Larnis, kind of sitting there with a scowl on her face looking at you. And Jaleo looks like she wants to snap, but Larnis is like, Faye, I told you guys just to stay out of trouble, like while we were figuring this whole thing out. I just, I've already heard the news from House Vandre of the disrespect they were shown in the district the other day.
I understand. This morning I actually went over there to apologize for the slight against their house.
Well, hopefully that will mitigate some of the problems. But we don't need any more. We need all the houses on our side if we're going to be able to do anything about this. So, did you find what you've been looking for that you needed to proceed so we can call council meeting to get this agreement, get the terms agreed upon for the Driders, or do you have a message for me to take to the council while you and you go deliver the piece to the Driders? What do you want? What should we do?
We did find the piece to get the Driders, and like I said yesterday, we did find a map, and thanks to one of my favorite professors, Professor Zara, we were actually able to she actually worked with the grandmother and know what's hidden there. I think it might be best, perhaps while things cool down, if my friends and I leave the city to deliver the idol to the Driders and follow this map to see what's hidden. And get the stone giants on our side, of course.
She goes, that does sound like a plan. So I'm sorry, just out of character real quick. Give me the bullet points on that, what you guys are thinking again.
Okay, I'm just trying to map it out. We essentially will take the idol to the Driders, get them to the Queen of Webs, or the Lady of Webs, get the Driders to help defend Menzo, and then we will follow the map to where the Gift of Merlin is kept, and then along the way, or on the way back, we will recruit the stone giants.
Gotcha. Okay. She nods. She goes, I think this is a plan, and for the first time in a little bit, hopefully a little bit of hope for the city. It takes a lot to kind of discourage the city of Menzo, but it's lost a little bit of its electricity over the past weeks. So I'll call the council meeting together, get your affairs in order. I'd like to, just finalize this and start recovering and rebuilding as soon as possible.
Of course.
And she'll say, just please no more trouble before the next council meeting.
I promise. And then I look at everyone.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I was with you all day yesterday.
I hold up
Chronis?
fingers.
Chronis is good.
Lay will say,
give
I got a
Chronis a
very
smile.
nice compliment about Wolfram.
Wolfram gets a thumbs up. I didn't really hear anything bad about Skybor. It's the true troublemakers.
I mean,
It's the redheads, man. It's always the redheads.
it's true.
Careful, I'm going to bring out my book on drow.
Mm-mm. I'm not used to this way of life. That's all I'm gonna say. We don't
That's
have
fair.
slaves where I come from. Everybody's a free person.
Yeah, I kind of also have this thing about being chained and people assuming I'm dumb.
But here's the thing. We are severely outnumbered.
That's why I stayed in the rest of yesterday.
Well, so you guys are just going to hang out in the common area, or did anyone want to do any last minute things before the council meeting? Get dressed or change their attire or anything like that?
You know what? I'll ask Anika and Lorna to help me pick out some books from my bookcase to take with us on our travels. Keep a close eye on them. It's a nice, safe activity.
I legit am not going anywhere.
Lorna,
But okay.
Okay. did you do that one thing or the other thing that you bought in the middle of the night or last night or early this
Did
morning?
I buy it in the middle
Did you
of
want
the
to do
night?
that later? I couldn't remember what we said. If you did it last night or no, we did.
No.
You said you wanted to do it before you head out, though.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. We'll do that. We can do that after the council.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and so I'm sorry, everyone. So Faye's getting dressed up. Anyone else do anything getting gussied up for the council?
I'll get gussied up.
Yeah, before we walk in, I'll just hat of disguise being gussied up. I'm not actually dressing up this time.
Okay, that's fine.
Is it up
Because
for
you guys are
what?
kind of getting ready to head out. Go ahead. Sorry, Wolfram. I didn't mean to cut you off.
There's another council meeting already?
Yep.
They're basically just kind of coming to, you guys are agreeing the terms before you guys head out to the Lady of Webs. Is that right?
Pretty much. I'm sure there may be yelling.
So, or did you say that she was just going to say that message, Faye, and then you guys are heading straight to the Lady of Webs? I'm sorry, did I misunderstand?
Either or, we could either have the council meeting or she delivers the message.
Okay. Then I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. So yeah, then we don't have to do the council meeting if she's going to deliver your message to say, okay, the drivers will have free kind of, be able to come back and come and go and be a part of the city and the culture and society again. So then on that note, what do you guys want to do before you guys want to just kind of get ready to head towards the den of spiders, or do you guys want to do any last minute supply shopping such as scrolls, potions, poisons, rations, whatever?
I will do a wee bit of shopping.
Okay. I will got my price sheet up for anyone that wants to ask.
Awesome. So I promised Wolfram I would get him the rings, and I'm getting him the rings.
Very cool.
So I bought those. I've already taken the gold off, because you discussed
Okay.
it.
So do you want to give Wolfram that, and we'll want to see what that interaction looks like real quick?
Sure. As we're all getting ready, Lorna kind of sneaks out, and then she'll come back in a little bit later and kind of sit beside Wolfram and open his hand, put the rings in, and close his hand.
Do you allow that, Wolfram? Okay.
I promised you, and I got them.
Thank you. And he places the rings in his bag.
What are they for?
Spell.
Yeah, I don't do magic. It'd probably fly right over my head.
That's awesome.
That's it.
So-
Their first spell. That's it.
Yep. I know which spell. Out of character.
All right.
Uh-oh.
There are. Let me pull this price. So there is a total of 5 regular healing potions that you guys can find to buy, and there are a total of 2. I think the next one up is greater healing.
What are the
Trying to
prices
find the
on those again?
prices for them. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up my sheet. I said I had open. A regular potion is 50 each, and a greater healing potion worth. A potion of greater healing is 150 gold each.
Okay.
And then let me see. You said you wanted to get potions, or I'm sorry, poisons. I'm sorry. So the drow poison is going to cost you about 200 gold pieces. Chronis, you can buy one of those though, and break them up into those 10 smaller vials that if you have those still. So you buy a drow poison that has 10 uses.
All right, I'll go ahead and take that then.
Okay, so go ahead and reduce 200 gold pieces for that. Does anybody who's all buying so who's doing the purchasing, I guess, or who's getting the minor healing potions and the greater healing potions? Are you guys figuring that out amongst yourselves?
I mean, it would probably come from the group gold. That's
Okay.
650 total if we want to buy all of them. We have one of each already.
That's up to you all, not me.
What do you guys think?
The more,
I feel like it wouldn't hurt to have it.
Yeah, probably not. Especially if we end up in a gladiator fight as well.
That's true.
Also,
Yeah.
full disclosure, I just want to say, I'm not saying that it will happen, but I don't want to be like, I told you so earlier, but if there are spells that require expensive components, you do need the components to cast those spells, not just the money. Like, identify, we just been doing the money thing, but the other things that require 1,000 gold item to cast a spell, you will need that item.
Oh, and I actually just realized my spells summon lesser demons. I need a vial of blood from a humanoid killed within the past 24 hours to cast that spell.
I imagine you would be able to find plenty of human blood with the stuff that you participate. I'm talking about well, all right, elephant in the room, like the Revivify spell. That requires a $500 diamond, I think, to cast. You have to have that diamond.
Yeah, and I need ruby dust worth 50 gold for remove curse.
So
I do have 15 gold worth of rubies, but they're not dust. I'm not 100% sure why I have them.
I mean, we could just have Lorna crush it into dust.
Yeah, it's not 50 though, so you still would need more.
Okay, so you have the 15 gold piece worth of rubies.
15, yeah.
Okay. You can keep those.
Yeah.
I'm just deleting.
I think I got them from the fish monsters.
I mean, you guys could try to buy some of that stuff if there's anything like that of the money costing. And again, I'm looking more at those $1,000. Like some of these spells say it has 1,000 gold piece. Like the rings, for example, you have to spend 100 gold for that spell to work and stuff. But
Wait, sorry, roll 20 was glitchy. Remove curse is just verbal and somatic. There is no material component for remove curse.
I just there's some overpowered spells that I just don't want to be like, oh, 500 gold, 500 gold, 500 gold. It's like, no, you need to have the item for that.
I have a spell that says that I need a holy water or powdered silver and iron, which it consumes, but yet there's no price on it.
Still need the material components. If it consumes them or it costs money.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's no cost on it. There's nothing that says how much worth.
But it specifically says holy water, which we know that we can buy and create.
It can just get Wolfram to bless water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to overanalyze this. I don't want this to bog down the game. I'm just saying for some of the bigger spells that are again, I just don't want those big name spells. I'm not really gonna kill myself over silver dust or holy water. It'd be nice to just kind of touch base on that here and there. It's more of those high, again, I'm sorry, it is what it is, the Revivify spell. I don't want it to be 500 gold just to revive. That's a big deal to revive someone from the dead.
Mm.
So every once in a while, if you guys are looking for that or thinking about that, you might want to check cities for diamonds, or when you're in caves, maybe mining for diamonds or something. Again, I want it to be just kind of a mechanic, not necessarily bog the whole game down.
Yep.
All right. So, you guys, I guess, anything else? Did anyone else want to do anything else before we head out?
Did we decide we're getting all of those healing potions?
Might as well.
You guys go ahead and divvy those up. I'm gonna run the restroom real quick while you guys say, okay, you get a potion, you get a potion, etc., etc.
How many potions do we have?
Okay, so we have 6 regular healing potions and 3 greater healing potions. I've updated the group loot tab. So
Okay, I currently have 2 regular healing potions.
I have 1.
I have 1.
I have 1.
Wolfram, do you have any? I have 2 regular potions. So Wolfram can take 2 if you don't have any. Otherwise, I think we all take 1 extra.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. Curiosity, what are you guys looking like at gold right now? Or money, I guess.
Second, 5,569 gold.
Whoa.
Platinum, man.
Platinum piece of making it rain.
And 320 platinum.
All right, cool. Well, so you guys have been in town for a little over, I think we're at 2 days or 3 days? 3 days now? This is your third day, I think?
2 days.
2 days? Okay, so this is your second day. So people word's gotten around, people know that outsiders in the town, and people are obviously kind of pointing and talking more about, hey, there's Faye, they're, what they're trying to do and maybe help us out. But they're still kind of weirded out by your guys' presence. You make your way back to the streets, back to the gate kind of area that you guys first entered the city. They open the gates, and one of the guards speaks. He goes, "We haven't seen an attack in a while, and we'll try to give you some cover if anything tries to jump out at you guys. But you guys need to make a run for it. Once you get past our tower's range, there's not going to be a lot we can do to help you. So you need to get to the driders and get to cover fast."
Is there any signal when we are returning so you do not fire upon us?
Do the well, maybe let's come up with a symbol, maybe, and we can that way we know it's you are who's coming. I feel like if we did your house symbol, that would be too easy to imitate.
I mean,
Perhaps one of the symbols taught in the academy?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Do you know how to do that, Faye?
I mean, being one of the heirs, it was expected to be trained about the Warrior Academy and the Arcane Academy, so the Warrior Academy did do a bit of military exercises. So it's easy enough to perform one of those.
I'm sorry, you lost me. So, how are you trying to how you gonna dissemble?
So, like, we're projecting a symbol, or how are they going to see the symbol from like a mile?
You know what? How about if you just see, and I'm just going to look out to the Dark Dominion. I'm going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts all at once, and I'm going to have them hit each other. How's that for a symbol? If you see 2 beams hit each other, that's me.
He's kind of scratches his chin and he goes, "Okay, I'll try to socialize that amongst the watch." forgive us if we get a shot off once or twice before we see your signal. But yeah, I'll talk to the men along the walls and tell them that we'll be waiting your return. Good luck to you all. This is the first real kind of sense of hope we've had in a while that we might be able to kind of turn this thing around.
Of course.
And then, anything else you guys want to do before walking out the gate?
No.
All right. And so the gate starts to close behind you, and as the door's about to close, you see this big open field before you. It seems like it's quiet but very intense. It's just sitting. It's just the calm before a storm, basically. Like you're just waiting for something to happen. Are you guys heading towards the den of the spiders, I imagine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since that will be the closest.
Okay. Full speed. You guys are running and stuff, and you don't see anything for a while. You make it to rock, kind of going cover to cover. Eventually, you get close to the den of the spiders entrance, and you're able to make it in there unharmed. A couple hours, you make your way in, and the Driders are there to meet you. Do you guys? And they come to meet you and say, this way into the Lady of Webs, and you finally make it back to the Lady of Webs den. So several hours later, this is 8 or 12 hours into traveling through the cave tunnels to get back to the Lady of Webs. And she'll welcome you like, you guys came back. I didn't know what to expect.
Wow, we did.
Oh, we did give you our word.
Yes.
Yes, you did. So where is my idol? What were the arrangements they agreed to?
I pull out the idol from the bag.
Are you guys giving it with the gem in its hands or no?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Look at them. I think the lady here does deserve to know what we have discovered with it. She did know about it after all.
Out of character, you're saying we should show the gem?
Let her know what we discovered with the gems.
Oh, okay. Go. You're the talking person.
You go do the talky talk.
Remember Lorna's afraid of spiders? She's gonna stutter her way through this if she does.
I didn't... And while we did obtain the idol for you, we did discover something with it. The 2 gems it has, when I was looking at my grandmother's journal, we did discover a map, and it did reveal a pathway to us.
Seeing as we're all on the same side and wanting to defeat the Forgotten, do you mind if we alone until they're either defeated or we're all dead?
I'm so sorry. My headset fell right out when you guys started saying that stuff. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Basically, Faye was saying that we found the gem, and I was offering to, if we could have it on loan, so that we may help defeat the Forgotten from another front.
And I did tell them about the map we discovered.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, a map, and she goes, I did not know that of that wonderful property of that gem. I just thought it was something that Yvonne held on to kind of to rub in our face that she had something special and very expensive and pricey in front of all of us. So it has a bigger meaning.
Well, from my mother, it seems Yvonne once had a meeting with Merlin, and Merlin hid something down here, something that could be of great use, especially now.
Oh, yes. You're speaking of the vault.
You know where that is?
I know of where an area is that Yvonne and me went to at a younger age together and seen. It's a very, very long time.
I don't suppose you quite remember a bit more than that.
Zara said.
I'm sorry, what was that, Anika?
I don't suppose you would be able to recognize the area on a map?
That's been hundreds of years, but we could see. And she kind of descends from the ceiling and crawls over to you, and she's just, overbearing on top of you now that she's on the ground talking to you all. It's just, she's huge compared to the size.
It's not that much different. Yeah, I'm used to it. I hold out the book with the map and the path that I drew from the crystals.
Okay.
And I'll hold out my grandmother's journal, turn to the page.
Okay. She takes the shards and she kind of places it over there. She goes, I see what you're saying. Yes, I'm familiar with this. These are some of the tunnels and stuff that are kind of right now a little bit to the east. I'm sorry, where are you guys at? This would be to the west. So these would be to a little bit to the west of here. And these are pretty much so older tunnels, not like the ones that were fabricated by the Drow, but these were some of the original tunnels and stuff before the Dark Dominion got expanded upon. So there's a lot of weird energy and stuff, and not so much traps in this area, but just different various creatures and stuff that still kind of linger here.
I figured that. I did ask one of my old professors at the academy. Didn't give him the full details, just told him we were heading out there to see what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And was this close to the vault, you remember?
It's a couple days journey through all those tunnels, and to get there safely, it will probably take you close to 5 days to get your way all the way to the center. That's where you're headed.
All right, 5 days there, 5 days back, and along this path, do you know by chance if it's near a village of the stone giants?
Yes. Village. I don't know if it's next to the village. Let me think about that.
An encampment of stone giants?
She'll say there's definitely stone giants you'll find. They kind of roam the Dark Dominion. It's kind of like it's their world and stuff. The village, though, I think is more located near the end. And she points at the map, so where it gets closer to the vault, it kind of there's a village or a camp like that's a little bit outside in the opposite direction of that vault area. I'm
So
using
get
vault
to the vault.
Faerly. It's not really a vault, but I've already said that, so too bad. I guess I'll go with that. I might be more descriptive with the final location when we get there. It's not like a traditional vault. I'm just using lack of better
So
portal. Portal's a
vault,
better word.
and
Sorry,
then
not vault. It's more like a portal. Like a little. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sorry.
A
I'll think of
portal
way to
that'll
describe it.
lead us out of the Underdark.
Thank you for the Underdark into something much, much worse.
Ah,
Um,
not sure that was possible.
That's interesting.
At least,
So we could
I mean,
do the
your grandmother sealed it up before we left, so there shouldn't be too much an issue, right?
That's
She kind
assuming.
of laughs to herself.
Yeah, because that definitely doesn't sound like
That
a
is
safe place to
true.
put an artifact. Not a safe place to put that at all.
But if
Well-
my grandmother was as smart as what she left behind in her mausoleum leads us to believe, she knew what she was doing. She wouldn't have put it there without a reason.
Well, there's definitely a reason. It's just how much did she put around it?
We're probably going to be dealing with more illusions.
Illustrator would be like, yeah, there'll definitely be some trickery of that sort, but I'd also be equally as worried as the real things that hit and stab and bite and sting at you as well while you're walking through. Especially once you get to a little further through, you're gonna probably start running into the Forgotten. So, is the city going to be helping us in taking and attacking these tunnels and kind of distracting and thinning their ranks for you guys as you crawl through the Dark Dominion?
I just look at Faye when she says that.
They did say you would be welcome back with full status restored to Drow society in return for your help with defending the city.
She smiles, and then all the Driders, a few more Driders show up and kind of overlook this this meeting, and they, they're not like giddy or jumping for joy, but they're moving. There are a lot of movement, like they're getting excited. And then she then kind of turns to the room and she goes, "You heard it." I said, and she, I'm sorry, I'm not doing a good job at role playing this at all, but she's gonna kind of just do this grand gesture and say, your Lady of Webs did this for you. We're back in the city now. Let's go make sure there's a city to go back to. And she goes, destroy Vosk and his minions, and clear or try to give our friends here the best chance at capturing Vosk's head for me.
And speaking of Vosk, Lady of Webs, I'm actually curious. There was a Minza while we were there. I'm if you might have heard of this one. He calls himself Drell.
I'm not. Let me think. Drow. What did he look like? Did he anything notable? And then I didn't give you a really great description, but you could describe some of the features from meeting him. And she goes,
Yeah, I'm just judging from his picture. It looks like he is missing an eye and had one of his tentacles ripped out. Has a few scars on his face.
I remember the tentacle, maybe the scars on the face. If he really is doing what you say he's doing, maybe the scars in the eye removal were after his betrayal. It has been some time since I've seen or heard word of him being in the cave.
And you spoke of his betrayal, so he did betray the Forgotten.
Well, I imagine you told me he was being a ambassador inside Menzo that he was not with his kind. It's not very common though for mind flayers to abandon their own kind. But you know, they probably said the same thing about Driders. She's kind of last.
Yeah, it was just better safe than sorry, right?
But I just, you know, I lock my bedroom door at night with him sleeping on or being within the city walls.
Oh yeah,
That we can agree on, right, Anika?
yeah, he's creepy, and for whatever reason has a thing for halflings apparently.
She just curiously looks at you with that comment. And she goes, well, we'll start to turn this battle against Vosk. Is there any other questions you have for me before I oversee my army?
I don't have any questions.
Go forth and cause chaos.
It's what we do best. And she kind of ascends back to the ceiling and just scurries off real quick into one of the web tunnels, and you don't really see her. And then you're kind of left alone in the chambers. It's kind of a weird. The no Driders and stuff are there. It's just you all and your thoughts, with a lot of this webbing all over the place as all these Driders have just taken off.
Well, let's keep moving. Let's start heading to the north.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps not quite so brazenly as when we first arrived in the Underdark and ran into roof turkeys.
Let's be careful, and now that we kind of have an idea where the Stone Giant village is, do we go to the vault first, or do we go to the village first, or the encampment?
If I believe correctly, I think the village is on the way to the vault.
It's in. You have to go through most of the way to get to that portal area. The town is along the way, but you have to divert a little bit to get to the city of the giants. It's not really a traditional city either, but yeah.
So
would it be better to do it on the way or the way back?
I think on the way, because they could probably use all the help that they can get defeating the Forgotten.
Yes, and who knows what's going to happen when we get to the portal in it. There's no guarantee we are going back to Menzo after that.
That is true. That portal is active. Who knows where that could send us?
Mm-hmm. So we should probably get the giants first. Then at least we gave your home the best chance to survive. As much as I don't like it, I do like you.
That's fair. That's fair. And I appreciate it. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier.
You yelled? You screamed into a pillow.
Cursing you.
Oh, you did it very well. I didn't even notice the cursing part.
Lots of practice.
Bravo. What a performer.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do? Start heading out towards that tunnel and making your way through?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you want to stop off at your home first and tell them, hey, we brought them. Bye.
Nah, let's keep going.
Oh, by the way, we didn't just figure this out before you left. What did you do with your slaves? Did you leave them behind, or are you bringing them with you?
So I was wondering.
I'm so sorry. I'm
What
doing
are
an
we doing with
awful
our
job,
hobgoblins?
guys. I'm trying to like turn the dial the other way to kind of get you guys back into things, and I feel like I'm doing an awful job on.
You're doing
It's too
fine.
much.
You're doing
So-
fine.
Put 'em
What
in the
are
back
we
hole.
doing with
Uh,
Bill and Bob?
All I picture
are
right
we
now,
taking Billy and Bobby with us?
I mean, it's
Hey,
probably
they
their
have-
best chance at freedom, to be honest.
And they did ask us to take them into the Underdark.
Yeah, we'll bring them.
And
All
we'll
right.
offer them if they want to leave. Or I will offer them if you want to leave and go back anywhere. By all means. This is probably a safe place at the moment.
The one hobgoblin looks at the other and goes, and then the one that speaks common looks at you guys and goes, "We don't." Let me think. Sorry, guys. Let me compose myself. I'm just trying to think of how these persons should act. I'm just not doing a good job tonight. He's going to respond back and just be like, I think our odds at kind of making it out of here with the Forgotten and without you guys is at a quite considerably far less chance. Those that you guys speak with seem to hold you in higher regard. If you promise our safety, we'll serve for you guys. We're not with the Forgotten. And we just want to get it out of here with our lives, hopefully. I am, and excuse me for speaking out of place, but my name is Yek, and this is Fezzik.
Well, Yek and Fezzik, I can't lie and say that we can promise to protect you. But we can do our best. And also, outside of Minzo, I don't actually own you. That's really just so everyone in there. I don't like slavery. And since I can't get rid of it, I thought I would free at least 3 of you.
That's quite odd. Not many would do that for our kind.
I'd do it for
Still
anyone.
trying to figure you guys out because others would have, if they were to go slaves, they would have not chosen. They would have chosen the, the surfy, the more surface-looking ones. The ones that look at you, the people that look like themselves.
Yeah. I also kind of really wanted to just stick it to Vondre, and this seemed like the best way to hurt its business.
He's going to take that as a compliment as he kind of like pounds his chest pretty good. He's like, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are going to, I guess, arm them then, like to their normal amount of gear, I guess. Okay.
Well,
I'm assuming we still have weapons in the bag of holding.
yes. I have not sold anything yet.
Yeah.
Shit.
And with the equipment from like the driders and stuff that they for their kind of arms, nothing like an armory is laying around in the drider den, but I'm sure that they can make some or find some comparable equipment laying around to complete their setup. Are you guys unchaining them and all that, and they're free roaming?
Oh yeah, as soon as we got out of the city, like past the field, I unchained them.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to again speed things up a little bit for you all, and I feel like I'm having a hard time slowing back down now that I got you out of the city.
You're doing fine.
Okay. All right. So you're. What would you guys like to do then? So Yak and Fezzik are sitting there armed, and they say they got your back. But obviously they're trying to stay alive as much as possible. So they kind of looked at Anika and Lorna for commands. Even though you say you set them free, they kind of still look at you guys as their owners.
So, hmm.
I just sword up, shield up, and let's go.
Yep, let's go to the
Okay.
giants
Watch your
To the
back.
Giants.
and your tops.
I'm gonna.
I mean, technically, they are red, so they are red shirts.
We are not using our hobgoblins as cannon fodder intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Sorry, I'm
Until
moving
they
them
were-
down to player characters because if I don't, I feel like that's where I always forget to like do stuff for them. Why is our teammates doing nothing? Because your GM forgot to roll initiative for them. That's why. All right. So
You could just have one of us take control of them, put them under controllable minions.
Yeah, one for Lorna, one for Nika.
Mhm.
Since they owned them.
yeah, but
Not anymore.
I'm going to move them. I'll
Weren't
clean
you
it up.
listening?
I'll figure something out. I'll clean something up for it. We'll make it a little bit better. But just kick me in the shin when I forget Fezzik and Yek are there. I'm sorry. I'll try not to. So you guys are making your ways back out of the tunnels. I imagine you guys, it'll be probably a full day to get back outside the tunnels, so you probably want to do your hut and camp for the night. Go ahead, you guys set up camp with this limited hut, and you have go through the night uninterrupted from the protection of your hut. You eventually get outside back to the fields, and you start going northwest along the wall looking for that cave with the fangs that kind of stick out. That looks like a snake fang opening almost. Go ahead and do a perception check, Skybore, or whoever's actively looking at, or who's looking for the cave, who's looking out for bad guys that are going to pop out of them.
I'm probably
I'm
looking.
just keeping my eyes peeled.
I'm probably looking for the cave.
Bad
Okay,
guys.
those that are looking for the cave, or go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, bad guys for me.
Yeah, I'm going bad guys too. I'm looking to punch something.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
look for bad guys as well.
I guess I'll look for the cave then.
Okay. Are you guys trying to stealthily do this, or are you just what's that?
Yes, stealth. At least
Yes.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I think we're moving as quietly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everyone go ahead and make me perception checks, and I'll just see what we got going on here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All of time and space.
Why are all of the good rolls looking for bad guys?
Guys, I think we're lost.
And we have a map too, and we're still maybe lost.
With the map, that's what you're still fine with us. Since you have had some significant guidance from the map, the Lady of Webs, the Driders, you guys are making it through along the perimeter, and you finally, Skyward and Anika, you do see a cave that kind of looks like a mouth with two fangs hanging out. That you can assume that's your best suggestion that that's the entrance. Faye and Lorna, as you guys are making your way through along the curve of the Dark Dominion wall outside in that open field, you see a bunch of a drow hiding behind rocks. Kind of like you catch some movement out of the corner of your eyes, and you see one look like it's going to stand up to draw and shoot an arrow at you, and at that same time, you just see this the spider just grab it and yank it up through the ceiling, and then the rest of the drow freaking out as the rest of them get kind of pulled and ripped apart, and there's some struggle back and forth. One of them cuts a leg of one of the Driders, but for the most part, the Driders have eliminated those that were about to shoot arrows at you guys.
I give a nod of thanks.
Yeah, Lauren is frozen in place. You know, she doesn't like spiders. But she'll continue on, because, yeah.
Okay. You guys keep going. You guys want to climb. So you guys make it to the tunnel. You see up above. There's tunnels. Like I said, there's tunnels all over the place, like all over the wall. It's hard to really kind of pick which one you're going to go into. It's just this honeycomb of a maze. Anika and who else? I'm sorry, Skybar points it out to the group. The entrance. You guys with all your equipment, your climbing ropes and your climbing kits. I imagine you can get up there if you give yourself enough time. But if you guys want to get up there as quickly as possible before the next batch come after you, we can definitely roll that out. But otherwise, it takes you about a half hour to get everyone climbed up and into the tunnel. Is there anything you guys want to do before entering the tunnel? You guys are all kind of get to the top, catching your breaths right now, and you're looking out over the field and seeing, this is kind of, you're looking at Menzo for the last time for probably a few days.
Hopefully it's still there when we get back here.
Yeah.
Have faith.
I
That'll be
mean,
fine.
we gave him extra warriors.
That is true. It's definitely paying out, judging by what just happened.
Was that why Lorna was stopped?
Why it was what?
Stopped.
Yeah, there were some drow pointing arrows and stuff at us, and some giant spiders and driders descended upon him and ripped him to shreds.
Oh,
Very entertaining, actually.
good for them.
Uh-huh.
They're on our side, at least.
That's true.
All right. So you guys start heading in, I guess. Sorry, I'm not trying to be abrupt. I'm just trying to, if you don't tell me anything else, I'm just going to keep moving you guys forward. You guys just want to head on in? Any particular order, or how you guys are doing lighting and stuff, or?
I think I'll be up towards the front.
Yeah, but I'll be probably towards the back with my...
So let me just do this. I'll control/move your tokens because I didn't make these tunnels for days, like actual length, and also to kind of avoid you guys taking part of unnecessary battles. Just trying to get you guys back up to speed. Sorry. Don't like controlling your freedom that much, but I just want to get what you guys want back into. So go ahead and put you guys in order however you guys like.
Ah, there we are.
They put your new buddies with you too.
Are we walking like 2 by 2 or single file?
You guys can arrange yourselves however you like. Oh, this map's huge. My thing is just dying right now. Oh, this is bad. This is not moving at all for me. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I kind of see it now. Are you guys, you guys are double file, it looks like. Okay. So, how are you guys proceeding through these tunnels? Stealthily, normal pace, sprinting. How are you guys proceeding?
Stealthily?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, moving carefully.
Okay. I want to say, moving carefully, it's going to take about. Well, before I say that, so you guys enter the tunnels, and you do see some of it has been carved out and stuff. Like it looks like it's man-made. Drow architecture. It's not just organic tunnels that have been carved out by something else, just from water flow or erosion and normal cave structure. This is planned and built, but it quickly turns into that more raw, cavernous layout. The floor is not as polished or free of debris and obstacles. It's now like rocks and boulders and things. So you guys have to start climbing. Every once in a while, you get some fair stretches of land or of ground where you can move without having to climb over stuff. But it starts to get to be kind of like difficult terrain. Some of the spots you get through, you feel like you're having to squeeze around corners and rocks. Go actually, Wolfram, I'm going to need a acrobatics check. Actually, as you're going through around one of these tight spaces, to see if you can kind of slip yourself in, or if you're going to need some help getting all the way through. If you did roll, let me know, because roll 20 just keeps saying your connection to the server has been interrupted.
He got an 11.
Okay. So you kind of get stuck a little bit, but your friends are there and they kind of shimmy you through and get you around it. The light is gone now. The only light you guys are having is there's no bioluminescent right now, but you have the torch, or sorry, the candle, the lantern from Nika. Thank you. And you just kind of are making your way through the tunnels. You see these old cavernous walls with water trickling down the side here and there. You hear the dripping of the waters in the far off distance as it just kind of you're in this kind of cavern system. About 12 hours into traveling through, you start hearing the sounds of picks against rocks, and it's just in kind of like a sync, like ting ting ting, ting, and just kind of working in unison. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a good sound too. I'll just go with that. I'm sorry, I feel like it's a little overdone, but it works. So as you guys proceed, you guys come around this bend, and of course, this is not going to work if I can't do this with a map. I might have to just break these maps into smaller ones. Did it move you guys at all?
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Lorna. The bear. Oh, shit.
It's
There you
true,
go. Did it
though.
move you now?
No.
What the hell? This is messed up. I see you guys have been moved up on. Did I move you to the cavern yet?
Yes.
We're at the beginning of it, I think.
This map. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys still on the Lady of Webs map?
No, this is
No.
where we
No.
are.
There we go.
Yeah, that was like
Uh-oh.
2 minutes ago. I don't know why it's doing that.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yep.
This is awful. Come on. Let me try Firefox again, I guess. See if that's better at all.
I think maybe it's just a huge map.
It's probably what it is. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Here, let me try it. Worst case scenario, what I'll do is I'll just put us into another like shorter screen and just rough it real quick with some drawing just to slow this down too. Loading. So while I'm waiting on this to load, so you guys come around the corner and you see the drow, a bunch of drow. Shoot, let me move you a little bit more now that I'm loaded here. You guys come around this corner. Go ahead and make stealth checks if you're still trying to be stealth.
All right. Come on, roll 20.
I know, it froze even for me. Oh,
All right, I'll make smaller maps, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, my.
If you'd like, I can give you guys like a 10-minute break and I can just draw this in a smaller map real quick if you guys want to go grab drinks or use the restroom or something like that. Do you guys want to do that real quick?
Sure.
Why don't you guys take 10 minutes and I'll try to draw. It won't be pretty, but I'll just try to get some smaller maps if that's cool with everyone. This is going to be miserable for combat.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
Now, did you change the grid size?
Yeah.
Oh, so you made the grid smaller.
Bro, what?
This map that we are currently on, the big map. Did you
Yeah.
make the grid smaller when you were making this map?
I don't think so. It's been so long though now.
Because what you could probably do is instead of having a make a massive map, you could just use a like a normal size map and just make the grid smaller, and then it will read it as a normal size map instead of a large map, and all the tokens and everything will be tinier. And you could just zoom in, and it won't affect the loading process.
I'm about 2 Benadryls in, bud. You're gonna have to explain that to me when I'm not on that. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best.
We'll talk about it some other time. Because you can actually have a large map and it not affect the game all that much.
Gonna go ahead and draw some other ones while I have the time, or is everyone already?
I don't think everyone's back yet.
I'm back.
I haven't left yet. But I'm here.
I'm here.
I just realized my scroll.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Because I'm just measuring it out real quick. 20-foot radius. That's a lot of enemies that are going to be in range.
Yeah.
Only one individual gets to be left out.
Wait, you can see things?
Yeah.
Right.
I have
You can
100.
actually see.
I have 100 feet vision.
Yeah, not fair.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Jesus.
What are you counting?
Nothing.
Enemies.
God damn it, Faye.
I mean, you see, I'll say you guys see Faye, like, kind of cackling like a mad skullgirl as she reaches for a scroll. I hope I go first so I can do that and none of my friends get hurt, because I'm going to do it anyways.
You can't do it. Skyboard's not in there yet.
Oh.
Oh, God.
I don't know why I'm drawing these maps. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to go as quick as possible. I'm like, well, I'm trying to match the one. I'm like, you guys don't know what the original map looks like. Like, why am I worried about accuracy right now?
We really don't. You can draw whatever you want.
Yes, this one looks like a dildo. That's fine.
I mean, who knows what the ancient drow designed their tunnels as?
True that. It's more important that I'm just getting the right numbers. All right, cool. I didn't do the dynamic lighting, guys, so I do apologize for that. Just for the sake of time, before everyone's here, I'm ready to.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm ready to blow things up.
I did not put the slaves on there that you were looking at before either, just for sake of time. I hate you guys waiting on me. Okay. So you guys come around the corner. Everyone does a fairly decent job at trying to stay stealth except for Wolfram and our friend Skyboard. Whoever's traveling next to Wolfram, oh shit, they're traveling next to each other. Was that the right
To be
order?
fair, no.
Okay, fix
I
your
was
order.
next
I
to
threw
yeah.
tokens out there.
I was next to Wolfram.
So, Anika, you go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can help recover for Skywar's misstep.
Was it? Oh yeah, I was beside Skybar. You were beside Wolfram.
I'm beside Wolfram, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just waiting
Okay.
for Skyboard to get out of my way so I can just be there. Thank you.
So go ahead, Anika, make a dex save, and then Lauren, you
24.
make a dex save. Okay, so Skywar, due to his lack
Wolfram.
of wearing shoes, I'm sorry. Oh, damn it!
I'm with Wolfram. Lorna's with Skyboard.
All right, so Wolfram, as you move around, one of the obstacle, it looks like clear ground for a little bit, but there's a rock that just kind of catches you off as you are moving around, and you start to lose your footing and start to fall over and probably make a big clanging noise. Your small little friend Anika catches you, just helps you kind of redirect your motion to where you kind of land on the wall. Like, when you're about to fall and you put your hands out real quick and you would just somehow magically catch yourself. You catch yourself against the wall before you make a big clanging sound of hitting something. Sky, or go ahead, Lorna.
Does this count as an effect that I can see?
It's not a trap.
It's not
I
a
mean,
trap.
damn it.
It's just simple stealth. Wolfram and his barefoot nature. You still are barefoot, right, Wolfram? Or are you wearing shoes now? Or I'm sorry, Skyborn. God, I'm so sorry.
No, I'm not wearing shoes.
So Skyborn, you moving around, and you step on this sharp rock, almost in the shape of a D4, right into the bottom of your foot, and it go ahead and make a con saving throw. See how you deal with the pain.
Sounds about right.
Oh no.
So you're like, you definitely react to the pain. It's like, ouch! At that time, your voice kind of travels across the cavern walls, and you see that the workers on the wall are picking stopped, and they kind of look startled and look at each other, and the drought all turn and look at you guys as you round that corner. And on that note, let's do initiative.
Someone left a Lego out here.
No, they dropped their dice.
Well, looks like Skybor is going to get his wish to get fireballed.
Looks like you're about to fireball all of us except for me, because I'm not going forward.
All right, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get all these. All right, guys. So you see them turn and look at you, and at that point, you could see that. Actually, who can see the people, the mages in front of you? Like, who can see that mage right now?
Me.
Is that it? You guys have the lanterns near
Who's the
you?
mage? Which one's the
Yeah, I
mage?
have them up.
This one. So
Well, it is my turn, so theoretically, the first thing I can do is a bonus action, move my lantern.
Oh, technically, I can see it. Technically.
So, yeah, we should be able to see it.
okay. So before you move the lantern, well, I'll
See
wait
up
till you
to
move the
that
lantern.
one.
So Nika, you go ahead and do what you want to do. I'm sorry.
So I'll move the lanterns up because I'm assuming we heard something. So they'll be in a line up to like this bro. So cool, I can
Okay.
see 4.
Can you put a little mark on the map if you don't mind, just to help me
Use the
out? So I can,
torches.
Sure.
or use the torch token. Let me put the torch token on there for you.
Yeah.
Where is it? I thought it was in
Player
it's under
character.
equipment.
Oh yeah.
And you should be able to move that Anika wherever you'd like.
I cannot, but that is actually about where it would be anyway.
Okay, perfect. So with that, you all now should be able to see everything in there. Is it 30 feet or 10 feet? Shit. 10 bright, 20 dim, I think, isn't it?
I
Is it
create
dim
4
light?
torch-sized lights within range that appears torches, lanterns. Whichever form you choose, each light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius. So basically, there are 4 lanterns stringed about.
So you spread them out over this area to kind of light up this whole area then.
Yeah.
So
actually,
okay.
20 feet backwards. So they can actually be like here.
All right, not a problem. We're
line.
bogging it down. That's my fault. So I'm just going to say, with your lanterns, the way you spread them out, you can see. Oh, did I close the initiative tracker? Sorry, trying to close windows. I don't need no initiative tracker. It's my turn. When I say it's my turn. Shoot. Okay. So yes, the group now can see with Anika. You get the bonus action, I think, to move all your lanterns. What else would you like to do?
It is. As an action, I'm gonna pull out her favorite move because we've fought some drow before. And from that drow to here in a 40-foot cube, I'm gonna cast slow.
Jesus Christ, it's not letting me move the screen. Did they change the scroll thing?
They should have put it back.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's back to normal.
Yeah, no, the order's there.
No, I just suck. Okay, that's cool. All right, I'm sorry. Were you putting the slow?
So from the first drow and then 40 back, so it might hit these two. Hang on. It should be like from this one to here.
Okay, slow on all those, and they have to make a DC Wisdom save. If they fail, do they keep making the save every turn or at the end of their?
1 second. Let me put up the spell card. I think. Yeah. On the end of each of its turns, it can attempt to save again if it fails.
Okay, at the end of the turn, though.
Yes.
So first, let's just see what happens. So here's a Wisdom save for the mage. So it's only going to get the one mage and the one warrior and the other two? Is that correct?
It'll hit the first 4 by my torch, and then this one.
Okay, here we go. Wisdom save for... That is a fail. And wisdom save from you. Oh my Jesus. And the other 2 fail as well. So they are all slowed right now.
So all 5 are slowed?
Yes, they are. Yep.
Sweet. Let me put up my concentration icon. And then that would be my turn.
Okay. That's going to bring us to... It's not a radius that stays in effect. Like, people can't move in and out of it, right?
Yeah, no, it's a one-time thing.
Okay, that's why I sorry. It's been a minute. All right.
And that's fun if they cast spells.
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically,
there's the potential to do nothing or just to be super slow.
All right. So who goes first? The drow. The drow are going. Are all pretty much useless to me. This one's going to step up. And he is going to take a shot at you, Anika, who just cast the spell. Here comes a shot at that's a miss. Okay. And then that brings us to the Elite Warriors. So this one is slowed. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. These other ones get to do. They just don't get to do more than one. They're not asleep. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
These are going to come at you too, Anika. And then 2 more at you, Anika, and 1 is going to come at you, Faye.
Bring it on.
Those both miss.
And then here you go, Faye. 14. All right. Hopefully I'm saving all my good rules for the better guys. So, okay.
Get for attacking the cute ones.
They all get wisdom, or no, they're gonna fail their wisdom saves again. Here we go. This guy's gonna run up to you guys, but he can only do one thing at a turn. Oh, it's double his movement too, isn't it?
I believe he has to go super slow.
Yeah, it's like 10 feet,
It's
10
half
feet,
his
10
movement.
feet. Shit. This spell sucks. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this.
Yeah,
this
its speed
spell
is
at all.
halved.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You really have kind of tied my hands behind my back. This one is going to shoot arrow at you, Faye, the sleep.
Bring it on.
19's a miss. Jesus. And this
Tink.
one is also...
It's off my shield.
This one's going to advance a little bit, and he's going to shoot one at you. So it's going to go at you, Chronis. He's going to shoot a crossbow bolt at you. 24, does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a con saving throw.
Well, first I'm going to try to deflect.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
So
Wait.
what is that?
Hits.
What's the ruling on that? It has to like meet the same attack rule or something, or
Well, he gets 4.
Wait, did you
piercing
add your
damage.
level?
so 5 plus your level, which is 7, so you're at 12.
Well, hold on. I think it's set. Because I just have it as a macro. I think when I made the macro, it was 4. So it
Okay,
should
that's
be
fine.
8 total. So it still fails. But I think it reduces it to 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take 1 piercing damage, and I just need a con saving throw from you.
All right, hold on. This is...
Wait, they should add a modifier. I
It's
think.
reduced by 1d10 plus your dex plus your monk. So that would be 7, 11, 12. Yeah, so I would have caught it.
Okay,
Also-
perfect. Okay.
Also, Cronus, are you immune to poison now?
No, not yet.
Huh?
Not yet.
Okay.
Also, this says if it's reduced to 0 and I can catch it, I can spend 1 key point to make a range attack with it as part of the same reaction. So I'm going to throw it right back at where it came from.
Okay, go for it.
All right, let's see. It
I
says
think this
make
is yours.
attack with proficiency regardless of the weapon. Okay, so I'll just roll it as my monk weapon. $24 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And what did that arrow do damage-wise? What was it? 1d6
I
plus
think it
4?
does 9 points of damage.
Does it just take the damage that I sent to you, or do you re-roll it? It's 1d6.
I mean, probably
it's
it
doesn't-
1d6 plus
It really
your
doesn't
dex.
say. It just says you can make this
Well, it counts as a
weapon
monk
and
weapon
count
attack.
as a monk weapon. Oh,
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
usually
so
with-
it's 2 damage off your
With your
sickle then.
damage.
So
10.
it takes 10 points of damage.
And it has to do the con save because it was a poison arrow.
Fuck you. Yes, it does. God damn it.
What was the save?
It's 7. Saving would be poison.
Here's your drought
So
poison.
doesn't it
DC
just-
Target is
13.
unconscious while poisoned in this way. Okay.
So he's asleep. He's a sleepy boy.
He is laying on the ground asleep. One of these times I'd like to make an account that you guys just don't break in the first round of combat.
I mean,
I gotta get better at it. It's all my fault. All right. That brings us to, or anything else with your turns? Or actually, that was not your turn. That was just an effective
your turn.
reaction. God damn it. Now,
So which one is asleep now?
The one with the
The
snail.
one with the snail. The one by the torch.
Oh, okay. I got it. I'm zoomed out kind of far because my movement.
Fair enough.
All right, so it's my turn now.
Yes, sir.
hmm
All right, I'm going to move forward like 20 feet, I think is what I need. So like right there. And
Okay.
then I'm going to use my Shadow Step for my bonus action.
Okay.
So that will put me on the other side of this one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do
Just
my
real quick
two
before you do notice whipping through the enemies and stuff, you jump to find this mage. You see you catch him off guard a little bit, but you see this white handprint on his chest, and his eyes are just glowing blood red as he stares at you. Go ahead, do what you were going to do on your turn. Sorry.
All right, so 2 unarmed attacks, and I believe the first
Okay.
one is with advantage, since I used my Shadow Step.
Okay.
So 19.
19 is a hit.
And then 11 on the second one.
Okay, that's a miss for 7 points of damage. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
Okay, Laura, it's your turn.
Yay! Fuck. Bonus action rage.
Okay.
I can make it. Well, bam. Run right up in his face. And slashing with my sword.
Okay.
Whichever one rolled a 20 saved.
The only one was affected. I don't know why I rolled twice.
Oh. Okay.
So Ornmir, that's 11. That's a hit.
That's
No, I'm sorry, it's a miss.
I was going to say, that's a hit.
Yeah, it does have -2 to its AC, though.
It's still a miss.
Okay. Right, I didn't go into frenzied rage. It's regular rage. This attack, I'm going to recklessly attack.
Okay.
Because reasons.
All right.
Fuck yes!
And you, just like your picture, you just ram it right through him like a shish kebab. And you use the momentum to kind of lift him over your shoulder, like in behind your back, and pull the sword out and look at the other fighter right in front of you. And he's like, "Oh no!"
And on that note, I move my last 5 feet closer
Okay.
and just staring him down.
But wait. No.
Yup.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Skyboy, it's your turn, sir.
All right. Yeah. Casting it on this guy right here.
Casting on the guy by Chronis, you said? Okay.
Yep.
Hold person. All right. Let me see here. All right. That's a wisdom saving throw, you said? Or what is it?
Yeah. Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
He is held.
All right. So he is now held. That means he's incapacitated, right?
He is restrained?
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed. So he is.
So he automatically fails dex saves.
Yes.
He is frozen in his place. He doesn't fall to the ground, but he's just stuck. So I think that attacks, all sorts of bad shit happens to him.
Well, if Faye is
they're auto
thinking what she's thinking, yes.
All right,
They're all in
then.
range, and no one's
Anything
none
else
of my allies are in
you like to
range.
do, Skybor?
Yes, bonus action. I'm going to cast Magic Stone on the rock that I found way back when.
In the tomb?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. What are you doing with this magic stone?
I'm pretty sure you cast it at a bonus action, but I still think it's an action to attack.
To throw it, yeah.
Okay.
So I just got a magic stone ready.
Okay, that works. That's going to bring us to Lady Faye. Faye, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm just doing some measuring real quick. Okay, not right there because then Chronis is gonna get hit. And Chronis is a monk; he'll be fine.
Yeah, he just gotta succeed.
You did warn
He
us.
just has 6.
Oh yeah.
And Faye has been giggling with this like a schoolgirl over that scroll, seeing this situation. I'm casting Fireball.
Okay, go for it.
I take up the scroll and I will use it. Boom. Oh, that's horrible damage.
Oh, that's 3 ones.
That's a lot of ones.
Oh.
The
I'm
D&D gods are looking upon me.
I'm going to
this
take
guy-
elemental adept so I can re-roll, so my 1s become 2s when I use fire spells.
All right, so that elite warrior is back awake now too. But he's still prone until he has his turn to stand back up.
Well,
Okay,
they all have
you
to
just-
make dex saves.
Oh, fair
Except
enough.
for the one that's held, he fails.
Yep, he takes the full 22.
Okay, let me take care of him first.
I think
So
Slow does
22?
something on dex saves.
Yeah, they get a -2 to saves.
Yes, the ones that are slowed have a -2 to dex saves.
Okay, let me do these real quick then. So Dex 2 or 1 mage and 2 elite warriors.
Do I have to make the deck save also?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Oh no.
Well, he only
He
takes
takes
half.
22 fire damage.
I take
so
half because I'm
only-
using evasion.
There you go.
My reaction.
So he takes 11. This guy takes the full 22. All right. This guy's paralyzed. I need a better symbol for paralyzed. How long
I
is the
kind of
paralysis
use
last?
the. Let me show you the one I typically use when I have someone paralyzed. I'll typically use
lock.
the symbol.
There's a lock symbol like that.
That's better. Let me.
Like he's locked in place.
Yeah, I like the lock idea. I'll do that. Either one works. I'm sorry. Electric bolts remind me of Pokemon. That means paralyzed. So
I
enough.
use the electric bolt for haste,
You
which
broke
none
up
of us
really
have
bad.
yet.
Sorry. I'm bogging us down. So sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. Go ahead, Faye. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Well, since I cast from a scroll, I can actually cast a regular spell for my bonus action. I'm going to cast Hex on
doesn't
this mage
using
right
a
here.
scroll count as an action?
Yes, but she can use
Oh,
her.
you use your bonus action.
bonus.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep, Hex is a bonus action to cast, and I'm placing on this one. Let's do disadvantage on dexterity.
Okay.
And as I'm doing, I'm just like, guys, that was really awesome. I want to do it again.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
That is it. I'm happy where I am.
Wolfram, it's your turn, sir.
He's gonna present his holy symbol and cast Wall of Fire.
Okay.
Hopefully this works. I don't know how jiffies are supposed to work on Roll20. Oh well.
Holy
It'll be
shit.
in a line
Almost
going like
max.
Where are you placing that again, and what does it exactly do?
that.
All right, you're placing it like that. Okay, so that will go through all of them. They make a dex
I don't
save. Okay, got
know
it.
how to do the description though.
You
Go to
your
spells and click on the spell.
All right, so the one,
Oh, I guess I
the
gotta
mage.
include the description.
All right, so the one warrior fails. The one mage, one warrior fails. One warrior succeeds. So it takes half damage on a 6.
37 halved, so that'd be
18. And then the mage failed as well. Jesus Christ. I think I know my least favorite spell is in this game as of right now.
The 3 we've used.
Slow. I fucking hate slow. I hate a lot of them, but it's okay. It's fun. All right. So this wall of fire shoots up. What is it? Can they move away from it, and they can't pass through it without taking damage? I think, right?
like that.
Yeah, so if they fail, they take the damage.
So which side's going to deal damage? I imagine the side away from you guys, right?
Nope, it would be the side that they are towards.
Okay, but they're opposite, on the kind of on the other side, but
yeah, this side is the one that deals damage.
Okay, that works. So that means the person behind here could pass through it. It is opaque; you cannot see through it. Too, I think, is that what it says in the description?
And it is 60 feet long, so it's like extended down that way.
Okay, so this guy can't see shit through that. Got it. Cool. Thanks.
I mean, he's frozen.
All right. So let's see here. Okay, and that brings us to anything else you want to do with your turn before I skip you?
Anybody hurt or hit?
My drow are hurt and hit. You can heal them if you want.
Just Chronis.
Chronis is fine. He's a big boy. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think you can see through that either. All right, which brings us to the drow mage. So this one's hexed, and it kills you slow. The other one's paralyzed, but he gets a DC at the end of its turn. This one is going to... God, I can't cast spells.
Well, you could try.
You can try.
It's going to cast... It's going to try to cast Cloud Kill. And it's going to place it right on top of what's the range on that thing? 120 feet.
Well, depending on the roll, I'm either going to counterspell it.
Yeah, depending on the roll, one of us is going to counterspell it. So, it does not take effect this turn.
So next
How
turn
so?
we'll counterspell?
Yeah, so the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn. And the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell.
Okay. Yes. So you guys have to use counterspell the next turn then. Okay. All right.
Yep.
That ends their turn, but they're gonna. God, this is so sweet sauce. All right, here's
they got to make
wisdom.
saves.
Yeah, wisdom save. Of course. And here comes what's the paralysis save? Is it
It's wisdom as well.
okay?
He is super paralyzed.
All right. That's going to end their turns, and then that brings us over to Anika.
All right. So, which one casts the spell? The one in front of Lorna or the other one?
The one that's around a yellow square.
What?
That's the one in.
The one inside the yellow square.
Okay, so this one?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at it at first level.
Okay, go for it.
So it needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
So it takes 9 psychic damage and has to run 30 feet away from me as a reaction, I believe. Here,
It has to run through the fire.
That,
So
yeah.
I can only run.
Here,
where
I'll
are you at?
post it.
So he has to run. He can only run this far because it's slowed. But it runs on the. It runs. Well, not through harm though. It doesn't have to run to the fire. It just has to run away from you.
I believe so. Here, hang on.
Does he have to? I think he has to take the dash action. If he hasn't taken his action, probably. So never mind. So there he is. Can you confirm that?
It doesn't move into obvious, such as fire or pit.
Okay, so it would have to run through the fire, but does it have to dash, or if it's already taken its action for the?
It uses its reaction, I believe.
Okay, all right. So it has tried to run away then.
Also, as I think about it, it doesn't have reactions. It's slowed.
Okay, then it doesn't do anything. It's just
So
scared
it
of you.
just gets a headache.
Alrighty then. How long does that last?
Just the turn.
Okay. All right. Anything else with your turn?
I'll kind of stay where I am and just tell Skyward, it's okay, we'll see the sun soon. And you
Get what?
inspiration. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. That brings us to the Elite Warriors. By the way, you just see kind of Yak and Fezzix kind of sitting in the far back because you guys haven't told them what to do, and they're just kind of hiding behind some rocks. And they're firing the occasional arrow from over your shoulder, but they're not hitting anything. They're typical red shirts at this current moment. This one in front of you, Lorna, is going to shout over its shoulder at the other one in Undercommon. You're going to hear it right away, Faye. You're like, we need to fall back. And he's going to, let's see here. He is going to...
I'll shout that they're trying to run away.
Disengage and run away from you, Lorna.
Oh, I don't have that yet.
I was about to say, do you have that?
Far can he even move?
15 feet. He
15
can only move.
feet.
He's slowed. This one's going to fall back too, but this one's going as it turns around. It's going to shoot an arrow over its shoulder back at you, Lorna.
Okay. Damn it.
22 is a hit.
Yeah.
So 10 piercing damage, which is half because you're rage.
Yeah.
I need a con saving throw.
Oh. Ooh. I got this.
It's like, you're a barbarian.
Yeah. And then they get a wisdom save to see if they break out that slow.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking thank God. All right, so a little too late, I think. That's going to end their turn. It's going to bring us to you, Chronis.
All right. This one in front of me is still under a hold person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's paralyzed right now.
So does that mean I get advantage on it?
I think it means a whole lot of nasty shit, actually. Let me pull it up real quick.
I think if you hit, it's an auto crit.
Have
I'm not
advantage.
sure.
Yeah, it is.
Attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. The creature is attacked within 5 feet of the creature.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and use Flurry of Blows and attack it 4 times.
Okay.
I'm able to see how the first 2 go.
It don't matter.
Fair.
Shit. 18, 12, 24, 21. Those all hit. So there's critical damage on each one of those two. For the sake of brevity, that's enough. He's got to knock the fuck out. But as you do hit him with your last blow, you see the red in his eyes kind of fade away, and you see that the white kind of hand mark on his chest starts to kind of glow as some mist starts to pull away from his body and evaporate into thin air. Is that in your turn?
So is the wall of fire, am I able to see through that at all?
No. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
But it's not going to hurt you from this side, but you wouldn't really know that. It looks like a wall of fire, right?
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to sit down.
Okay.
Take 5.
Lorna, it's your turn.
Yay! I'll start here. I'm going to recklessly attack this guy. 27.
Okay. That's a hit.
For 16
All right.
damage.
So his eyes widen as he's trying to cast a spell, and as you strike him with your sword, his eyes kind of glaze over as he kind of collapses.
I'm just grinning and I step closer to the next one. And look at him. And attack him.
Okay, go for it.
18?
That's I think it hit. Yeah, that's the magic number.
Yes. For 18 damage.
All right. As it's fleeing away from you, you're able to mark or chop down his mage counterpart, and as you step forward, following through that momentum, you just kind of wave that sword around and slash again right through the back side of him as he's trying to flee, and cut him down as he tries to break away.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
All right.
5
Kill
damage.
Anything else?
I'm going to run up to this guy. And
Okay.
I did not frenzy rage, so I can't do anything for my bonus action. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. Skyward.
A fireball was just cast.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't hit you.
No, but he has PTSD now.
Oh, no.
And there's a wall of fire right there too.
Oh, it's not so much as like a wall of fire. It's like explosions and stuff.
Mm-mm.
He goes catatonic.
Okay. All right. All right. Nothing else you want to do?
No.
All right. Faye, it's your turn. You see Lorna chase after a drow that's trying to flee from you all.
All right, I'll use bonus action to Misty Step right here and just be like, "Hi."
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stab this. I'm just gonna stab this thing twice.
Okay, go for it.
Let's try the new toy out.
I'm sorry if you did hit something and you're waiting on me.
Yeah.
It's nothing on my screen. Okay. All right. The first one is a hit. The second one is a miss. So that's 7 piercing damage.
And I still have some movement, so I'm gonna move right here.
All right. Wolfram, it's your turn, sir. You have the wall of fire still up.
We'll dispel it.
Okay.
And move there. I think of a good way to flavor this. Throws his free hand back and throws it, like, tosses it forward, like, I guess kind of a exaggerated reaching, as just chains with dwarven runes kind of like spectrally come out of his hand, and he casts Hold Person.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's a wisdom saving throw still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you want to fucking pass your saving throws. You fucking...
No.
Okay. The chains start to wrap around his body.
It looks like you rolled for the Drow Mage.
Oh, that's true, and he's not the mage.
That's true.
Different modifier.
No, it's the same modifier. If it was a different modifier, I would re-roll it, but it's the same. So the chains wrap around him, but he's just able to shrug them off, almost like his wills his way through it, and the chains don't kind of like shatter away. The spell didn't take effect. Anything else, sir, with your turn?
Do they have any bonus actions? No.
I didn't mean to delete that, but that's okay. All right. That brings us to Anika. What would you like to do, Anika? Kind of have a hard time seeing him right now.
I do, but I saw people rush for it.
Oh yeah. You totally could go after him.
I'm going to run up next to Wolfram. Move my torches as a bonus action.
Okay.
Which I can't actually move it, but move it towards us.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. And then they told me he was running away, so I will cast Vicious and just tell him to... His boot is untied.
Okay.
Because, yep.
Go ahead.
Wisdom save. He passes, nothing happens.
All right. Okay. He just he says the words. He doesn't even pay any attention to you. He's just trying to get away and for his life. But now he's surrounded. You see the look in his eyes kind of switch from adrenaline pumping, like fleeing, to loss of kind of hope, and he slowly drops his weapon before you, Faye, and he just kind of looks like he's surrendering, and he's just biting his tongue, like he's angry at you, but he's just kind of, he sees that there's no point in fighting or trying to flee any further. So you guys are welcome to proceed, but he's going to take no action this turn. It's up to you guys what you like to do next. I'll go back to you. Chronis is meditating, so we're going to skip you, Chronis. And Lorna, what would you like to do?
So he's basically surrendered.
Yes.
I'm going to tie him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not happy about the thing, but he's so far happy that you guys decided not to kill him. He's kind of like gritting his teeth. He's really bloodied up. You guys did a pretty hectic number. His eyes are kind of darting around, looking at the bodies of his fellow, comrades. And you guys are able to bind him up with some rope. I think you guys all have some rope. So
yeah, I'm gonna pull him like over my shoulder and walk back to the group.
okay. Faye, is there anything you wanted to do? You're right there. I can't hear Faye if she's saying anything. So Lorna walks back to the group. Faye, I can't hear you if you're saying anything, so just so I'm sorry. Let me know if you come back. So Lorna, you walk back to the group. Chronis, do you want to rejoin the group?
Yeah, I'll get up now that the fire's gone and walk back over.
Okay.
I brought the guy with us as well.
Okay. So Lorna's carrying this drow over his shoulder. He still has his mouth and everything. Like, you just tied his hands and ankles, or how did you tie him up exactly?
Hands and ankles, and I probably cover his mouth with something.
Okay, so he can't speak. He's just like he's tied up and gagged.
Yeah.
Yep.
I drop him down in the middle of us.
Yep, you see him. This drow tied up, gagged, with some blood kind of going across his forehead and across his face. He's just kind of, beaten, battered. What would you guys like to do? Faye, are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, that's cool. I just didn't know if you were having some problems.
Yeah, I had a dog that demanded to be petted.
Oh, fair enough. All right, what would you guys like to do?
Faye, do you know him or recognize
Do
him?
I recognize him?
You don't recognize him. There's no house banners. He's not representing any house. He's no one familiar to you.
Recognize him? What were you doing out here? Ungag him.
Okay. All right, so you asked him, what are you doing out here?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to just tell you, Faye and Undercon, to piss off.
Lorna, break his finger.
I go and break his finger.
Okay. Ouch. Jesus. Okay.
Sorry. I mean, she asked.
Quickly. I don't care how good you roll, they're going to react to that at some capacity. But you snap his finger, and his eyes just kind of well up with tear, and he looks like he wants to scream out, but he is very visibly biting his teeth and his tongue to keep his mouth closed. His eyes squint, and he's biting so hard that eventually you actually start to see blood start to trickle a little bit out of his mouth. He's kind of biting that hard; it hurts so bad. And he goes, "Fuck you! If you're gonna kill me, just get it over with. If you're gonna let me
I
be."
punch him in the face.
Okay.
So what?
He spits the mouthful of blood that had come from biting his tongue, and it sprays across the ground.
No, we can let you live, and you can tell us what it is you know. Or we can make you tell us what you know. The choice is yours. You can do it willingly or unwillingly. We'll get the information from you either way.
He looks at you and he goes, and he just kind of laughs. He goes, and he says, "Whether I live or die, I've already have a place a place with the Forgotten Forever. And at that point, you see him kind of wince for a second, and he just sticks his tongue at you, and he bites down so hard that you see his tongue sever and fall out of his mouth in front of you.
That's hard.
That's a bit extreme.
Well, I'm glad you did that, because we do have another way of getting information, because a blow like cutting off your own tongue isn't fatal, especially since we have people that can do healing. We know someone who can take the information from your brain and then inform us of everything it knows. Let's just say we know a mind flayer that would love to get a hold of a forgotten brain.
It's looking.
And I am
really,
trying to be as
really
intimidating as
from
possible.
this. Like, it's go ahead and roll intimidation with advantage, because he's feeling woozy, man. He's fucking really woozy from getting punched, finger broken, now his tongue bit off. You're terrifying him. It's totally working, but he's starting to fade out on you, because it's not, like you said, it's not fatal, but he's been beat the hell out of. He's like, he can't talk right now. He's just kind of gurgling a little bit and spitting up blood as it kind of trickles out of his mouth down his chin.
I'm tired of him. I'm going to do a spell I have not used this whole campaign. That's been on my list. I'm just going to grab hold of his head, and I'm casting Detect Thoughts, and I am digging in, getting as much information as possible. He needs to make a wisdom save. DC 16.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. All right, what do we do? Fuck. Oh, that's
She's
a wall.
going to read his mind. Or try to.
I'm basically taking hold of his mind and learning everything I can. Everything he didn't want to tell us, we're going to know.
Holy shit. Wisdom save. Damn.
Oh, those have been going great for me tonight. What are you worried about? Those wisdom saving throws. I need to find wiser enemies for you guys. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as its worries, over, loves, or hate. So you don't really get real details. His emotional state and things going on currently, like anything major. So
yeah,
it's fair.
It's more as we're questioning, those thoughts are gonna come up.
Okay, fair. I like this. Okay, so with that fail, you're gonna feel dread, shame, fear, also all these normal interior emotions that he's not letting you see on the exterior, but he's basically upset that he left behind, and that he basically forfeited his life to join Forgotten. That he thought something would be better, but you do feel like he does believe that he is going to be returned to the Dark One and immortalized in that sense, but he still feels remorse for the fact that he's not going to see his family again and he's dying. You do see some glimpses of him working with other slaves. I'm just trying to give you something a little bit more meaningful than just about that. Obviously, he's scared of dying right now. You do get little glimpses of him.
Anyone could ask questions, and it'll shape the thoughts that are coming up.
Okay, so again, he's his eyes are kind of in and out. He's still conscious, but he's looking really bad.
I'll just look at everyone. Go ahead and ask questions. I'll tell you what he knows.
Do they have any pieces of Merlin?
Nothing changes in what you're seeing from that perspective, but nothing really changes with his thoughts on the mention of Merlin.
What are they mining?
Merlin didn't change anything.
Anika, you asked what are they mining?
Mm-hmm.
So after a moment passing by, you start seeing a glimpse of something where he's barking at the slaves mining Fae, and you see that they're carving out more tunnels to connect different sections of Dominion out. But that's all you see is the walls are collapsing and they're creating more and more ways through the Dark Dominion.
Carving more ways through the Dark Dominion. Interesting. Anyone else have any questions?
Maybe ask about the vault.
Portal
Vaults.
It's my fault. That's
Location of where we are going to. Have they seen any portals in the area?
No new thoughts enter his head with that question.
Nothing new.
I can't think of any other questions.
I'm gonna do it. What he's doing. Ooh, he's looking really rough, guys. He's barely keeping awake.
I start describing the person who I saw in my dream. That creepy lady that you sent me the image of.
Oh shoot! I sent you a bunch of creepy images. Let me see which one it was.
Well, you know the one that I'm talking about. Who the first dream that I had. And I ask her who she is. Who is she? Where is she?
Just double checking. That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more descriptive than that for him to really react to that. I think his lack of consciousness, and he's having a hard time staying awake and staying conscious as you guys beat the shit out of him. He's and with a vague kind of description of this lady appeared in my dreams. He's not able to really react.
Out of character, I'm saying that. She's a pale woman, black hair, black outfit, very regal looking, very fucking scary. Where is she? Who is she? She's a leader of yours.
So Faye, when she says leader in the description, a woman does not come to his well, let me think here. Let me think. Sorry.
No problem. We're putting you on the spot with all these questions.
Well, I'm just trying to think which one's going to be most thought-provoking out of that comment. The word leader, the description you gave. I'll fill in the gaps. I imagine you're trying to give as descriptive a picture of the lady you saw as possible. I'm just trying to think.
As much as I can remember, yeah.
He's going. Faye, I don't know. So, Faye, you're going to see a thought of a lady in his head, and let me send this to you. A direct message. Where are you at? Where are you at?
Oh boy.
This is bullshit way to share pictures, guys. There we go. So you see this picture enter his head, Faye.
I'm gonna look at Lorna and be like, Lorna, now I'll use my mask mini face to turn into that. Is this
Is it the same one that I know of?
It is.
Yes. That's her.
I'll turn back to normal. Well, now we know what she looks like.
He's starting to struggle to keep his eyes open again.
Do we want to keep him conscious?
We got a lot of good information. Do we want to take him as a prisoner?
And carry him with us?
I think he's gone for. We got probably as much information as he knows out of this. He's probably not a higher rank.
Yeah.
Damn, salt in the wound. Salt in the wound, guys.
I
mean, is he? Can we look and see?
What is your rank?
You could probably look at his what he's wearing. He's bound. You guys got plenty of time, so no need to roll. You guys spend some time looking over him, and you don't see anything that makes him look like he's a prestigious position or anything. He's not has any special markings that kind of stand out from the rest of his group. It's nothing really catches your eye like something that would indicate position of power.
Yeah.
So we either take him with us as a prisoner, or we, in this life here, put him out of his misery.
I mean, I ain't dragging him along.
Or we leave him here bound, and something in the Dark Dominion will take him.
No, but then
not
somebody from the Forgotten could get him, and he could report back as to who we are, and then they know that we're here.
That is true.
We got a job to do. We have.
You guys are saying this all out loud to one another?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You make a perception check, Skybor. Anika. Oh, I'm sorry. Good point, Skybor. Thank you. Anika, make a perception check.
Nope.
That's okay. That's still enough. You won't get all the details, but you'll just notice something. But you just notice that Yek and Fezzik are talking to one another as you guys are discussing.
Do you two have something to say?
Nope.
Please.
It's if you need us to do your dirty work, we can dispatch this vile creature for you, Master.
I don't believe that's the problem, but is that what you two were discussing?
He kind of pauses, and he says, and looks at Fezzik and looks back and he goes, yes.
Can you please tell me the truth?
Make an insight check.
Can I assist with that?
I'm gonna say no, okay. Just because you're. Well, what are you? Well, explain to me how you're trying to assist first.
It's all right. I the highest one I rolled was.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. But that doesn't matter. He hasn't rolled his deception check yet. So.
So he is lying.
Fuck
Hey!
me.
Yes!
I don't know why I'm bothering rolling tonight. Just I'm just here to get beat up on. That's cool. No. Oh, I'm kidding. I have a good time. So he's clearly lying. He's just kind of like, he's kind of like, I don't know. I know that they're the bad guys, but he's defenseless. I kind of find we're just surprised that you guys are talking about executing him, essentially.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that plan either. Do you two have a better option?
Nope, and we follow you. You bought.
I think he's quite handicapped enough as he is. If we leave him somewhere relatively safe, I don't think it'll be much of a problem. Or we send him back with something.
Yeah, we're not trying to cause trouble. We're here. Just I wanted to if you do want to get your hands dirty, we can take care of it.
Thank you for the offer. So what are we doing, guys? Are we keeping him or leaving him?
I don't think we should leave
We
him.
can't keep him, and we can't leave him here alive. And we can't exactly send him to Minzo.
And he is probably going to bleed out.
So we will just drag him with us till he dies.
We could either give him a quick death, or give him a painful one where he bleeds out.
I'm going to continue checking on Skybor. Yek, Fezzik. I know you guys already said you can do whatever, but just, yeah. And I'm going to continue wiping Skybor's face.
Alright, well, since everyone else is hesitating, I'm just going to go ahead and punch him. Finish him off.
Yeah, I was going to do that too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You bludgeon in his face. I take a couple punches, and eventually he falls dead, lifeless to your feet. You heartless monster.
I mean, it's better than what I was going to do.
And I will collect a vial of blood.
Yep.
No,
Well,
I'm
I
kidding.
guess.
So you guys did execute him, and I feel like I'm in like a what's that? Who's that company that makes a game? Walking Dead. Like Yek and Fezzik will make a note of that. So
They'll remember that.
yeah, they'll remember that. That's what it says. So you execute him. It's a very crude using your unarmed hands to kill him, but he is now lifeless before you. You guys are in this area. You see the slaves that are all kind of scared and like up against the wall now, just trying to like basically just freaking out because you just killed unarmed man in front of them, and they're just trembling in fear.
We can't leave them here. Oh wait, our slaves or different slaves?
Different. So the slaves. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I didn't bring those tokens over on this screen because I had to read you the maps. There was a Duergar, a Drow. Let me flip back over because I don't remember exactly which all were there. Shit, where is it? Here it is. It was a Duergar, a Drow, and I think it was 2 Duergar. Let me double check. Oh shit, there was a lot. 2 Duergar and 3 Drow.
I'm gonna go over to them, sword not in hand, and I'm going to
Be careful, Lorna. Remember the last time they might have the brain things in them.
That's true. No, Skybor.
No. I am going to untie their chains. Or start, at least.
And
Okay.
I'll ask Fezzik and Yek if they want to help free the other slave.
They'll look over at you and then nod, and they'll go over with you, Lorna, and help. I'm just going to move you guys kind of where they're at and start unchaining the rest of the help unchain the prisoner. You see the hobgoblins are actually speaking undercommon to some of them. They must have been down here for some time that they've started picking things up. And they're just kind of communicating like, you understand it, Faye, is that like, calm down, we'll get you out of these, we'll get you taken care of. And then eventually you get them all unchained, and they're all just kind of still scared of what they just saw because they just saw you kill someone. Yeah, well, kill quite a few someone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just being like, it's okay. We're part of the Menzo. We're part of Menzo right now. And we're here to help. If they can understand common.
Actually, do an intelligence check for me.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Okay. They do not understand the words you're saying, but they kind of are reading some of your reading your body language in the sense that you don't mean them any harm.
Hey.
Is there anything? Oh, go ahead and roll an investigation check while you're over there too.
Ooh. Oh.
Okay. You do not really notice anything besides some of the pickaxes they were working with, the rocks, certain the wall that they were picking at, and some of the blocks and boulders and rocks that have fallen out of the wall from mining away.
Awesome.
Okay. Is there? Let's.
Guys, they're
Alright.
free.
Yeah. How long did it take us to get here from the? Well, even if we send them back, there's trigger happy Menzo.
So from the entry point, it was about I think I said 8 hours to get to this far into it. You slept. You spent last day going back to the Lady of Webs. Then you spent another pretty much majority of the next day trying to get back to the tunnel and through the to this point. So you're probably actually at the evening again already.
And even if they get to Menzo, you are aware of what probably awaits their fate.
Yeah. Fire. That's a bit. Sorry.
No, if they make it through the fire and get to the gates.
Yeah, there's that. We could attempt to send them to the Driders.
At that. Oh, never mind. You're not talking in undercommon, so they can't say anything.
I'm not, because I don't speak it.
I mean, I'm assuming Drider goes past many languages.
Yeah, that's fair. At the mention of Dryer, the drow will kind of look at each other wide-eyed.
They're friendly. Ish.
I'll translate that. The Driders are our allies as of right now.
They look at you, Faye, and like we originally abandoned our houses. You're wearing your symbol of House Bonray right on your.
Oh yeah.
Would we be accepted to go back to Menzo?
I can't say for sure, but they might take you back. But I can see one of two ways. They'll either force you to work on the wall and join what's left of the military, or you might be spending your lives in chains, or you might be that evening's entertainments in the arena.
They pause, and they start kind of whispering to one another for a little bit, and eventually they kind of like, we think we have better chances in Menzo than we do with the Forgotten. Once you're no use to them, you basically become labor, and once your labor doesn't work anymore, you basically become nothing. Dead weight that's usually expelled every once in a while.
That
Or
is true.
fed into the lake.
And how do we know you're not members of the Flayed with the brain things inside of you?
He just kind of looks at his friend and is like, I don't know if I can make you believe me that we haven't been flayed. I guess I just gotta hope that you'll take my word for it. And you can do an insight check, or if you like.
Yeah.
What'd you get? 16?
Mm-hmm.
With that, I'm sorry, I don't have the character sheet up anymore. I don't know what their things are, but they're not trying to deceive you, so there's no reason to roll. So with that, you get the vibe that he's pretty genuine.
I'll look at everyone in common and I'll say, they want to try their luck with Menzo. The Forgotten had basically abandoned them to force them to work down here because they were of no other use.
It's their choice.
It is their choice.
The one says, I want out of these tunnels. I can't stand any more of those things, and it gets worse and worse every day down here.
All right. Well, off to Menzo with you.
They all look at each other, and they start moving along, and Yak and Fezzik kind of watch them head back to Menzo and turn back around to you guys. And they will remember that. No, they look at you guys and come back over to you guys, your side. They don't say anything. No, they just come back.
I'll kind of look them over and see if they're okay. I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to look at them.
You can do an insight check if you want.
Okay.
But you don't have to. You don't have to do an insight check. I'm sorry. They're not trying to hide anything. They just look just kind of like the processing and everything. They just went from executing a defenseless person to rescuing slaves. So it's kind of a moral quandary at this time as they are kind of trying to get a feel for your group.
Okay.
And it will be ever changing.
At that, let's wrap up. Anything else you guys want to do or say real quick? But we are past the magic time, an hour, and I don't feel great. So let's go.
And I did turn into that woman, so should we share that picture with everyone? Since I did use Masculine Face to turn into her.
No, I don't want to. Yeah, that's fine.
I hadn't seen it, so.
let me see here. I'll just share the character card since now majority of the party has seen the person. Where is it?
And now we have someone that can paint her if that comes to it.
Oh, we have two people if they want a short version. Because once I see it, I can do it too.
Do what?
That is true.
I have a hat of disguise.
We just don't know how tall she is.
I'm a very good
she's
performer.
a human. I think you can figure it out. That's not a halfling size.
I'm a very good performer.
And you can do up to a foot taller.
I can. Get the angling and the staging right.
Just double checking the notes that are in there before I share this. Sorry, guys. All right. So,
I need Skybor. Come on. It's supposed
He's
to
now in a coma.
ground you. Oh, fuck.
If this isn't working very soon, I'm going to slap Skyboard. Pap.
that being said, I'm sorry. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say or do? I do want to, before anyone talks out of here, I think you all have been doing an amazing job at playing your characters and doing actually trying to do things like Skyward. I like the stuff that you're trying to do. Wolfram, I think you're doing an amazing job. I think you all are just doing really great jobs at trying to do stuff with your characters and really kind of play out their personality. So I want to go ahead and give everyone another fate token. If you have one still, sorry, it's not too much of a treat for you. But if you've already spent one, please go ahead and take one back because you guys have just been doing really awesome the last 2 sessions.
Aw. Thank you.
Yay!
I need to not be afraid to use them.
That being said, I think I should get a fate token.
I think you should.
Because I'm starting a little pissed off that I fail the slow spell every time.
Not every time. There has been times I've casted and got it was just today, every drow who tried to save against failed except for the last.
You know what, Silent? Get yourself 3 fate tokens. You deserve it.
Thanks. And actually, Skymore, thanks for that tip. That was basically what I was going to do until I got paralyzed. But otherwise, so nothing else you want to wrap up with the game right now? Otherwise, we'll call it a night.
I'll slap Skybor if he's not waking up soon. Other than that, just slightly on his face to try and snap him out of it.
We should probably be camping soon, so we'd probably set up the huts and then get our rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. You guys set up your hut then. Anything you want to do or discuss before the hours? Otherwise, everyone's just going to get a full night rest of taking care of stuff. Anybody going to do anything in the middle of the night?
Before we go to bed, I would like to try to throw up in my jar again.
You're doing that
to do it outside the hut.
Yeah, go ahead and do a dex check again. This is the weirdest thing ever.
Well, can he just stick his head in it?
Okay. You do get a little bit more in there. It's about 3/4 full now. Jesus Christ.
That might actually be enough because when you put the egg in it, it's going to come
That's
up.
true.
I'm not doing that kind of fucking math.
3/4 is good.
The volume of the water and the displacement of the egg. These really want to be half full.
Honestly, I just imagine he starts trying to throw up in it like a cat, and then we're like, no, go outside.
Otherwise, you guys wrap up. You guys close up shop for the night. Anything else anyone else wants to do?
I put the flower crown on Skybor while he's catatonic.
Not to single anyone out. What's your intelligence, Wolfram? Yours is a 19.
It's always a
Because
routine.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to let you and Anika do 2 intelligence checks for me, please. Or, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. 1 each. I'm sorry. I need 1 intelligence check from the both of you. Sorry. That was a weird way of asking for that.
Check or say?
Check.
Uh-oh.
I do not see Wolfram's if he's already launched it.
He hasn't
Haven't
yet.
rolled.
Oh, okay. You're fine. I threw this randomly at you. Okay. That's good to know. I will remind me of that next session that you did well on your intelligence check at the end of the session.
Okay.
Not you, Anika. Sorry.
All right.
I mean, you get an A for effort. Why not?
Oh no.
Sorry. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap it up here tonight. Sorry, guys, it's going to take me a little bit switching from political to combat sessions because I know we were doing a lot of role play in the last session or two. I try to take your feedback and adjust the dial, and hopefully you guys feel like you're working towards something again. Is this how did this go? I felt it was a little clunky at first, and then we kind of got back into it about halfway through.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be like that going from political to fighting and adventuring.
Yeah.
So no, we did good. You did
Mhm.
great.
Okay. Is this kind of what you guys were talking about, though? What you were wanting, like, to be more? I feel like I'm fast traveling you guys a lot just because I don't want to rehash things you've already done. But is that too much fast travel? Am I not giving you guys enough time to explore the surroundings or the environment? How does it all feel about pretty balanced in the adjustment?
Well, I think the fast travel would be necessary because
Mhm.
there's not a whole lot you can do in caves.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna look at this rock. Oh, what about this rock cluster?
Oh, you gotta fit a big suit of armor through
Yeah.
some tight spots here and
Yeah.
there, but okay. But do you feel like you're working towards something again, at least a little bit more than last session?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel.
I hope
Keep
not.
giving me feedback, guys. I try to make them better and respond to whatever you guys like and don't like. So I try to tweak it.
You're doing great.
Yeah, you're
Alright.
doing good.
All right. Well, that's all I had. I did want to steal a moment of your time, Faye. Not that I don't want to spend a moment with everyone, but if Faye, you have a moment before I take off for bed because I need to hit the sack. But did anyone need anything from me before I jump